Hi, I'm Mary Jane Cops, the phone lady, and this video is about assumptions. Henry Winkler, who played the Fonz in Happy Days, has a quote that says, "Assumptions are the termites of relationships," and they really are. And they're the termites of relationships in your personal relationships, and definitely with your prospective clients and your clients. And the way to get rid of these termites is to ask lots and lots of questions. So, an assumption is when we take something for granted without proof, or we suppose something to be true, but we don't really know that for sure. Nobody's told us that. Or we create something in our head, kind of like a little fiction, and we believe it to be true and we act on that. That's an assumption. And they're so dangerous because we can deliver the wrong work. We can cause massive communication confusion because of our assumptions. Our emails can go sideways because we're making assumptions about things that don't exist or aren't true. So asking lots and lots of questions is key. And of course, the universal open-ended question is simply, tell me more. The more you allow your client or your prospective client to speak and tell you about themselves or the project or their goals or their challenges, the less likely you'll be to make assumptions. I'm going to share an embarrassing story here. So early on in my life as the phone lady, I'll say year 3, so 13 years ago, someone I knew in the hospitality industry asked me to deliver a workshop to their front desk team. At least that's what I heard. Maybe they said reservation, and I visualized front desk at the hotel. I didn't ask nearly enough questions. So the workshop, not surprisingly, was at a hotel, but the way they'd set up the tables was in a U shape, so that I was right in the middle of the U without a lot of room to move around other than backwards and forwards. I had people all around me, kind of like being in a fishbowl, really. So I found it a little uncomfortable, but I was new and I new to the work of doing workshops, I guess. So I didn't bother to ask them to change the setup. Today I would. And it turned out that many of the people attending this workshop were at a reservation center, not at the front desk of the hotel. And what happened is that the people in the reservation center were expecting something very different than what I had created. Makes sense, right? Because I had made some big assumptions. And the workshop started to go really sideways. And there was an individual who was just very aggressive in their disapproval of this training. And for the only time in my career, I remember thinking, I wonder if I could just leave to go to the washroom and not come back. It was so bad. It was bad for them and it was bad for me. It was just a terrible experience. I learned a lot, so I'm grateful for that experience. And of course, we had 2 workshops lined up. I phoned the client immediately, canceled the second workshop, and didn't charge them for the one that I had just delivered totally incorrectly. And it didn't damage my reputation in the hospitality industry, thank heavens, but it could have. And it was all on me. I had not asked enough questions about who would be attending the workshop, what the goals were for the 2 groups that would be attending, both front desk and reservation center, etc. There's probably 15 more questions I should have asked to prevent that dreadful, embarrassing situation from happening. So you want to create for yourself lists of open-ended questions that you know really work and help you bust through your own assumptions. We all make them, and we all have to work at getting rid of them and not bringing them into our relationship with our prospects and our clients. Thanks for listening. Check back here soon. There'll be a new video.